Forget everything you think you know about the empty open world fatigue, while every other developer is busy chasing the next Ghost of Tsushima clone, where Winds Meet has spent the last year proving that a game can actually be a living, breathing community experiment rather than just a checklist of map icons. It's bold. It's arguably the most community-driven RPG we've seen in years, and it's finally answering the question, can a Wuxia epic actually take the crown from the hunting genre's heavy hitters? At its core, Where Winds Meet is a massive action RPG set in the chaotic twilight of the Ten Kingdoms. You aren't just a nameless soldier. You're a wanderer with the freedom to be literally anything, from a high-flying doctor to a master architect. The gameplay loop isn't just about the grind. It's about existing in a seamless world where your social standing and profession matter as much as your sword skills. It's lifestyle gaming meets high-octane martial arts. The real magic lies in the evolution of these seamless ecosystems. Unlike the static zones we've seen in the past, the world here feels reactive. Animals, NPCs, and even the weather patterns feed into a loop that feels far more organic than the Find Monster, Kill Most rhythm of Monster Hunter World. It's a simulation where the environment isn't just a backdrop, it's a participant in your survival and growth. But let's talk about the elephant tour. Rather, the horse in the room, the mount system. If you're a veteran of Monster Hunter Rise, you're used to the Palamute being a glorified taxi with a few bite attacks, where Winds Meet flips the script by making the mount a core extension of your combat flow. We're talking about mid-air transitions from horseback into light skill glides that make the movement in Rise feel positively sluggish by comparison. The combat flow here is undeniably faster and more vertical. While World focused on weight and commitment, this game leans into the fluid, dance-like nature of Wuxia. However, that fluidity comes at a cost. There's a certain floatiness to the impact that might alienate players who prefer the heavy, crunching feedback of a greatsword. It's a trade-off. You're gaining incredible mobility, but losing some of that visceral, grounded satisfaction. The community sentiment on Reddit and Steam is surprisingly unified. The biggest pro is the sheer scale of player-driven freedom. Gamers are obsessed with the job system being able to actually heal other players or build structures that stay in the world as a game. It creates a sense of belonging that most modern ARPGs completely ignore in favor of solo play. On the flip side, the biggest con cited by the global audience is the absolute UI vomit, even a year after launch. The menus are a cluttered mess of gacha-style notifications and overly complex subs. It's classic feature creep that can make the first 10 hours feel like you're trying to navigate a spreadsheet rather than a masterpiece. Veteran fans are calling for a Western-style UI overhaul to match the high-end visuals. So, is Where Winds Meet worth the massive install size and the initial headache? If you're looking for a game that respects your creativity and gives you a world that actually lives around you, then yes, it's an absolute banger. It's not as polished as a first-party Sony title, and the translation can still be a bit wanky in spots, but the ambition on display is simply unmatched in the current free-to-play market. It's a rare beast that manages to marry hardcore hunting mechanics with a deep social simulation. If you can get past the UI clutter and the initial learning curve, you'll find one of the most rewarding RPG experiences of 2026. It's time to stop sleeping on this one and start your journey into the gym. Final rating, 8.5, 10.